Get out of my seat. Okay. My bad. I feel like today I am serving your art teacher from like middle school who is definitely a lesbian, but you just like weren't aware of that yet. Do you want to sell something just for 87 people to ask, hey, is this available? And then immediately ghost you even though you just replied in 7 seconds? Or do you want to buy something and spend hours and hours talking to the seller trying to make it work out where you can meet up and they just immediately stop texting you once you start trying to figure out what time and place they're gonna meet up at? Yeah? Yeah? Well, Facebook Market is the place for you. And you're a masochist. Why would you want either of those scenarios? Are you coming to join the party? Have you ever bought something for Facebook Market? Facebook Market definitely has some good stuff going on, do not get me wrong, but nobody is allowed to deny the flaws, aka wasting your time, more than not. At one point, it was actually kind of nice. You still definitely had the ghosters and the very unrealistic bargainers who see that you're selling a TV for $500 and are like, what about 20? But scammers were not as common back then and have definitely become the actual norm now. The more that I kind of did research for this video, the more I realized, yeah, a lot of bad shit has kind of been going on the whole time. I would say Facebook Market was definitely more of a wild west back in the day than I thought. Something to also point out, I have COVID right now. So if I sound after I turn the camera off, I am positive I'm just gonna be sitting at my chair like... Facebook Market had little to no moderation at one point, and that's definitely where most of what I talk about is from, but it's still bad today, I promise you that. You see, Facebook was like the equivalent of MySpace to my emo friend group back in high school. We were just too young, man, we missed it. We missed the MySpace days. Around 2008 is when MySpace kind of started fizzling out, and I was only 7 at that point. So I don't really think that 4-year-old Allie was waking up in the morning and trying to plan which Fall Out Boy song to add to her account. Maybe she was, but I don't recall. And in 2008 is when Facebook took the crown from MySpace and became the new most popular social media website. But Facebook Market did not make its debut. Hold on. Is that the right word? Debut? Yeah, like it's the newest member of BTS or something.
But what I like racing. I don't know how many of you guys like doing that, but that's, you know, I feel like all these activities, grilling meats, racing cars, are...
So I kind of got distracted and forgot to finish that last sentence. What I meant to end it with is Facebook Market came out in 2016. Okay, cool, bye.
I've bought a few things from Facebook Market, and every time I have treated it like I am about to die if I make one wrong move. And every time I leave, I sit there in my car wondering, what if they did have plans to kidnap me right then, but I made them feel so awkward and uncomfortable that they were like, nah, I'm actually good. The only way that I think I can describe how I feel that these conversations go when I meet up with a seller or a buyer is that one clip of Josh Hutcherson interviewing that cockroach.
Excuse me, ma'am, can you tell me where you're going, please? I'm going to the supermarket!
So today, I'm gonna be showing you the goofy side because there's a lot of that. But of course, like the title says as well, I will be diving into the dark side. And the dark side that a lot of people don't even know is going on. Let's just say that Craigslist might not be the only bad one. I'll foreshadow that for you. Before we get too deep into the video though, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Aura, which is honestly very fitting as it's all about making you feel protected from those on the internet and all the dangerous people on there. I don't know about you, but I get many spam callers. I moved about 3 years ago, so now I get spam callers from Ohio, where I'm from, and California. Thank you very much. To the point that I don't even want to look at my phone when it is ringing because I will automatically assume that it is some spam caller. If you are a friend and you've been trying to call me, my bad. Aura can completely help you out with that though. Do you know that data brokers make a fortune off of selling your information to those robocallers and other platforms that financially benefit from having your personal information, including where you live? Those brokers though are legally required to remove that information if asked, and that is where Aura steps in. They'll send in some opt-out requests for you that then gets all that information wiped from the internet. I mean, hey, you might as well let them do all the hard work for you. It is also super easy to set up, and in return,
return, you get a VPN, antivirus, password management, identity theft insurance, and more, all at such an affordable price. They're being generous enough to give you guys a 2-week free trial just to try it out and see if you like it. So what are you waiting for? Stop letting these scammers have full accessibility to all of your information on the internet and use my code in the link in the description below to get that 2-week free trial. Enjoy the lack of spam calls that won't be coming your way. All right, let's carry on with the wild, wild world of Facebook Marketplace. Just because you can sell something doesn't always mean you should. That's pretty much a perfect way to describe this segment. I feel the story here. You know, I really, really do. Look at them in love, holding dogs, and do not even think for 1 second that this is the only hot dog statue that you can get. Oh no. Dana will do customizations for you. Examples given like mini hot dog babies, pregnant hot dog, rockstar hot dog, etc. Do you know what I mean when I say I want to sit on this so bad because I just want to figure out, does it feel satisfying or does it actually just feel horrible? I couldn't really think of what to say about the Harry Potter fry, but I did really want to try editing something. So please let me know if it worked out. I would love the feedback.
Then you're free to check the king.
No. Ron, no!
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't! There must be another way!
Give it here, Malfoy, or I'll knock you off your broom!
It actually concerns me how many people don't know how to spell, and Facebook Market really shows that. I feel like this is also playing into the stereotype of lesbian art teacher, but I really want this. I want it pretty bad. Is anyone gonna tell him? I actually genuinely believe that this is talent. Talent to be that bad? People are specialized in fades. Like, I am well aware that yes, fades are hard to do, but like, to be that bad takes skill. That's all I'm saying. Rankings, really? Danny Gonzalez, get your people under control. Actually, wait, okay, I need to talk about something. Why are so many people saying that I look like Danny Gonzalez? I don't see it. I want this, and I want it now. Even if it doesn't work, I want it. I don't care. Imagine that being in the middle of your dining table, dude. This man drives a hard bargain. I'll take it. Better than anything in New York. So, I'll take it. All right, can we go back to the weenies real quick? What is the fascination with Facebook Market and meat dogs? Did I miss a chapter? Don't know what to get your hyper-religious grandma? I got you. Hit that person up. I could make these into jewelry. I could make some necklaces, some bracelets, some earrings. Mr. Milady looks like he's having a pretty good time. Drinking his own pool water. Oh, he's British. Okay, yeah, so like I said, Facebook Market, kind of goofy, right? I think we need to dive a little bit deeper, get to the more itty-gritty, darker stuff, because Facebook Market is not all hot dogs, statues, butterflies, and rainbows. This section will definitely be a 180 switch from the last one. I just don't want to come off as insensitive or abrupt by not informing you that, yes, 1 second we were talking about corn dog bathtubs, and now we're talking about death. So that's a pretty big jump. Let me get this out of the way. Any opportunity that you put yourself in where you are meeting up with a stranger on the internet is dangerous and can lead to very unfortunate circumstances. It actually blows my mind that once in my lifetime, when I just got my license, my bestie's very toxic mother used to go make me pick up her Facebook listing shit that she bought. And this had to happen or I was not allowed to come over and see her daughter. I was maybe 16, meeting up with the most weirdest people, actually, just to feed into her online shopping addiction so I could see her daughter. When I thought about making a video about Facebook Market, I actually was pretty ignorant to the darkness that actually goes on very commonly. I really thought that eBay and Craigslist kind of took the trophy on that. I actually kind of had endless sources in order to write how much dark shit goes on. This is, though, obviously very unfortunate still, as lives have been deeply affected at the expense of wanting to just buy something like a hairdryer. But I do think it is very important to talk about and bring awareness to just how dangerous everything on the internet can be. When you first think of Facebook Market, you probably think of iPhones, you probably think about buying some furniture, maybe a gently used bike, stuff like that. Well, what about the drugs, illegal animal services, sex work, murders, scams, and so much more? Sorry, I probably had to censor a few words in that sentence. I don't know if YouTube's gonna like what I just said. Buying drugs on Facebook Marketplace? Come on, man. And this person is putting like 0.5% effort into being discreet. They're not even trying. Of course, Facebook doesn't technically allow this to happen, but it does happen. So, what's going on? I guess technically the Furby smoking device was not allowed. Widowy. It's pretty scarily easy to get drugs on social media, which very obviously is a bad thing. You are never 100% sure what's actually in it, which can then lead to overdoses if the product is being laced with other drugs such as, fet, which makes the product cheaper, which allows these fucking Satan reincarnated assholes to make a bigger profit by basically murdering people, which is what consumes 70% of overdoses, is that happening. It was reported that about 5.9 million posts have gone up previously about drug listings. A lot of these were taken down, but not all of them. Since then, it hasn't been reported how many listings have still been going up, but I do genuinely believe that that number has probably doubled. I really do. I also want to be surprised if a lot of these listings were absolute scams, trying to scam the customer, saying, okay, I'll meet you here if you send me the money now, and then they never come, obviously. Because Facebook Market, as I believe probably everyone knows, is so full of scams. One I want to talk about the most is rental scams. Oh my god. I've moved a lot in the last 5 years, and looking on Facebook Marketplace just to see what's there has definitely been a procedure that I've done when searching for a new place to live. The amount of fake listings on there is absolutely wild. I will never in my life move in somewhere without seeing it, right? You should do that too. Don't move in somewhere if you haven't had someone see it for you at least. So when I reached out to a landlord to see if I could schedule a showing for a unit that they had, and got a reply saying, sorry, no showings, here's the application, if you get approved, you can send the deposit and then it's yours. I was very confused. I was bamboozled. I was like, huh? I then reverse image searched the unit photos, and I found out that it was a unit in Switzerland. So now I live in Switzerland. I actually have 2 friends who lost thousands of dollars to this scam on Facebook Market. But what was crazy to me is that they showed them an apartment. I don't know how. I don't know how they were able to have an empty unit to show to people, but they genuinely showed them this unit. Sent in the application, got approved, sent the deposit, was told your move-in date is whenever, and then they never heard back from them after sending the money. The average amount of money lost in one of these rental scams is $1,600. I would throw up. And there are so many more than just rental scams. You have counterfeit scams, which is obviously very common in the world regardless, where they fake sell, luxury products. Phishing scams, well, they'll send you a link to something and boom, it has all your information now. You have return scams, well, they'll buy your product, maybe the next day say, hey, I actually don't like this as much as I wanted it to. Can I give this back? And then I get my money back. They say, okay, sure, whatever, if I'm getting the product back, right? And they'll give the seller either a broken or a counterfeit version of that product, and then they'll get the money back. So they basically got it for free. Payment scams, of course, where the seller will ask for a deposit to hold the item or ask for the money before pickup, which you should never do. Then on the other side of that, the buyer will sometimes give a fake check or, some fake payment method. They're not even just scamming the old people though. They're getting everybody, dude. It then obviously gets darker when you get more into the and trafficking side of Facebook Marketplace, because yes, that is a thing. There's also a very known trafficking scheme where they'll demand that they're only going to buy the product if you come to the location that they want you to come to. You go to then sell the product, they have a big group with them, and then you're kidnapped. What sucks about Facebook Marketplace is that you just have to solemnly go off of a vibe. Human trafficking with Meta got so bad that in 2019 it was threatened that both Facebook and Instagram would be taken off the App Store. I don't know what happened where that didn't happen, but that's kind of insane. 65% of child trafficking victims comes from Facebook. How do you stop that? Why is it not being talked about? Is that not a news story that should be like, should awareness not be brought to that? There is then the world of SW on Facebook Marketplace, where pimps are often very present in that situation, unless it's some people just trying to sell some undergarments, because yes, that happens a lot, or trying to find a sugar daddy or something. There's stuff that isn't involved with pimping, but a lot of it is. Another unfortunate reality, which we've seen with Craigslist and eBay, this criminal activity can extend to robbery, which often injures the seller or the buyer, and murders. In 2021, it was reported that 13 deaths have happened due to Facebook Marketplace. This isn't updated though. That's 2 years is kind of a long time. And then very recently in June, this case is more gruesome than I like to get on my channel, so I'm just going to give a very vague description of what happened, but if you'd like to look it up yourself, feel free to do so. A woman identified as 31-year-old Jamera Fowler left to go make a Facebook Marketplace purchase. Unfortunately, she never came home after. Again, to keep it vague, she was found deceased with multiple signs of trauma. And disappointedly, no arrests have been made and the motive is still under investigation, but I really hope that her and her family eventually get the justice that she deserves. So we know for sure at least 14 deaths have happened due to Facebook Marketplace, but I genuinely think that that number is higher than that. In terms of robberies, dude, I tried to count. I couldn't. There's too many. There are so many robberies off of Facebook Market. Besides, when I was 16, I was forced to work in order to see my friend. That was the only time that I've ever met up with anyone alone on Facebook Market, because never in my life will I ever. To keep the illegal act conversation going, pets being sold is not allowed on Facebook Market, but it happens, especially dogs. How I've seen people do this is that they will be selling a bag of dog food, and then they'll have the dog right next to it, usually a puppy, and when you message them, how much is the dog, they tell you. And I have a feeling a lot of these people are not professional breeders whatsoever. Like, yes, get your furry best friend, but you should be getting your furry best friend from a reliable source, not some sketchy dude off of Facebook Marketplace. You know, by bringing up all of this, I'm not really saying to not use Facebook Marketplace. I do think that it's a way to, you know, prevent more shit being in the landfills. You know, if we can prevent that, we can keep reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's great. But it's so important to be aware of what's going on and how to be safe and how to not get scammed. Ignorance will lead to unfortunate circumstances. That's pretty much what all of this comes down to. Be safe out there, please. That's all I ask. It does shock me knowing how much money that company has. Just who knows where it's going, because it's not going to moderation. I mean, now it is a little bit, but I genuinely think there needs to be more moderation on this stuff. I mean, everything in the world needs more moderation because it's just getting deeper and darker and more fucked up as we speak. Long story short, let's just all become cavemen and not use technology ever again. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Thank you, Aura, again for sponsoring today's video. I much appreciate it. Check them out, link in the description below. And yeah, damn, dude. Word. I guess. Guys, the COVID brain's setting in. I really was gonna make like a long outro, but I can't do it. I'm doing pretty good considering the circumstances. Well, yes, thank you guys again. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good week. Peace and blessings. Make sure to follow me or whatever. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah. Comment below if you'd like. Tell me some weird stories. I'm just ranting. I'm just mumbling. I'm sorry. Let's just go. Peace and blessings. Goodbye. I can't do it. The headache's setting in.